Yo, what's up, dough chasers? Let me make sure this connection is right before we get going. Hopefully you all had a wonderful weekend. This week, we are focusing on a new course, Credit Builder Secrets. I introduced it earlier this year, but I'm going to reintroduce it again through Transcend Financial Academy. What's up, IG? We're talking about Transcend Financial Academy really quick. Today I'm going to be talking about how and what you need to do to massively boost your credit score. Where's my book at really quick? I got something to show you really quick. All right. My bad. I'm back. So I am the author of a book called Credit Builder Secrets. And basically what I share in this book is how to boost your credit score up to 200 points, okay? And Witness Riches is all about helping people improve their finances and boost their credit scores. And a lot of you may know us by providing a done-for-you credit repair service where we actually do the work for our clients on their behalf. But one thing that I began to notice, which has inspired our academy, is that a lot of people cannot afford $64.99 a month for someone else to help them. So I have created this academy, Transcend Financial Academy, to provide information to you all, those of you who you want the help, but you can't afford to get the done-for-you service, but you still need the information. I have created this academy to teach you how to do everything that we do in our credit repair business on our clients' behalf. I'm going to give you that information so that you can begin to do it yourself, okay? So it starts off with repairing your credit, and now we're going to be talking about Credit Builder Secrets, how to build your credit. We're going to get into improving your finances, putting together budgets, restructuring your banking, obtaining the dough chaser mentality, preparing for your first home, how to buy your first home, business credit, entrepreneurship, how to start your business, all that good stuff. We're going to be sharing in Transcend Financial Academy. It's a very affordable program. Each course is under $100, and we also have payment plans to go along with our program, okay? But anyway, this week we're going to be talking a lot about Credit Builder Secrets. This Friday, this course will actually be available for sale. Again, every course will be under $100. But let's talk about what you need to do to massively boost your credit score, okay? I run across a lot of people all the time who are trying to improve the credit score, and the first thing that they ask for, hey, do you sell trade lines, okay? And one thing that you need to understand is what a trade line actually is, okay? A trade line is nothing more than an account on your credit report that reports payment history. That's all a trade line is, okay? There's a very huge misconception when it comes to trade lines. People separate them from the credit report, and they will market them as aged trade lines, accounts that have a lot of history attached with them, which that's actually something, right? But when you are looking to build your credit report, you must keep in mind that a trade line is nothing more than an account that reports payment history on your credit report, okay? So what could a trade line, what are examples? A credit card is a trade line. Mortgage is a trade line. A student loan is a trade line. Bank loan is a trade line. A secure card is a trade line. All these accounts that report payment history on your credit report are considered trade lines. So, okay, so I want you all to get that misconception that trade lines are just aged accounts that have a long payment history. That is not true. You can go open up a credit card right now, and that is considered a trade line, okay? It does not need to have 20 years on it to be considered a trade line. Any account that is adding payment history to your credit report is a trade line, okay? I just need you to understand that, okay? So when we are talking about improving our credit, first defining what trade lines actually are is very important. However, understanding the 5 components of a credit score is even more important, okay? Because if you don't understand the 5 components of a credit score, no matter what you do, if you don't truly understand how your actions influence your growth, you could be wasting your time, right? A lot of people will go about trying to fix their credit and people will share misinformation with them, and then they end up, doing all these things and get a minimal increase, right? So first, let's define the 5 components of a credit score. How many of you who are watching this video know what the 5 components of a credit score are? If you know what they are, comment them now. Let me know how educated you are. If not, I'll let you know. I'm going to let you know regardless, okay? In the meantime, JoJo King, so when you get a credit card, will it help you? We're going to talk about that, JoJo. We're going to talk about that very shortly, okay? So if you can be patient with me, we're going to get to that. But the question is, do you know what the 5 components to a credit score are, okay? Under Fico, which is used in 90% of lending decisions, they grade you based off of these 5 components. And if you can maximize these 5 components, you're going to begin to maximize your credit score, okay? And this is how you boost your credit score. All right, so the first component of a credit score is payment history, okay? This is 35% of your credit score, all right? If you didn't know that, make sure you're taking notes because this is very important. Payment history is your ability to pay your bills on time or your inability to pay your bills on time. Regardless, it's going to be reported on your credit report if you have a trade line reporting payment history, all right? So yes, a credit card is considered a trade line, all right? And as you use your credit card and you get a bill, as long as you pay that bill on time and it's not late, as long as it's not past 30 days late, you're going to get a positive remark on your credit report, okay? And the more positive remarks that you have on your credit report, the better for your credit score, all right? So payment history, 35% of your credit score, very important, okay? So if you ever are looking to improve your credit, you want to make sure that whatever trade line that you open is 1, adding payment history to your credit report, and then 2, you want to make sure that it's actually influencing all 3 of the credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, okay? Ruby asks, is it okay to pay it off early, the entire thing? Yes, that is okay, okay? The thing about paying off your credit card is you want to be strategic, all right? And, this week I want to educate you more on credit card usage and all that good stuff. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with paying off your credit card early, okay? So the first component, payment history. The second component to your credit score is credit utilization. This is the comparison of your credit card balances to your credit card limits, okay? For example, you can have a credit card for $1,000, right? And that means that you have a limit that you can work with. As long as that balance never exceeds 30% of the limit, then it will begin to help your credit, okay? Now, you won't maximize that, but at least you won't hurt your credit score too much, all right? 30%. So that means that if you have a $1,000 limit, you don't ever want to exceed 30% of that, which is $300. Once your balance exceeds 30% of your limit, it begins to hurt your credit score instead of helping your credit score, okay? So a lot of you may have credit card debt on your credit report, and you were probably totally unaware that credit utilization, the comparison of your balance to your limit, is actually hurting your credit score. So if you were unaware of that, I would highly recommend that you begin to lower your credit utilization, lower your balances compared to your limits. That way your actions begin to help you more than they hurt you, okay? So if you're just now joining me, what we're talking about are credit builder secrets. We're talking about what to do to massively boost your credit score. And right now we're talking about the 5 components of a credit score. In order for you to ever improve your credit, you need to understand these 5 components and begin to base your actions off of influencing these 5 components. The first component, payment history, 35% of your credit score. The second component, credit utilization, 30% of your credit score, okay? The third component of your credit score is length of history, okay? This is when it comes to how long have you been managing debt, right? Do you have experience in managing debt, or are you a newcomer when it comes to managing debt, okay? The younger you seem to the credit bureaus, the less that will begin to help you, okay? So basically, you want to show your experience. You want to keep your accounts open as long as possible and manage those accounts appropriately, and so that component can begin to help you over a span of time. And that's 15% of your credit score. And oftentimes, one thing that I see a lot is, people are working to pay off their credit cards or paying off their debt. And as soon as they pay off that debt, especially the revolving debt, they close that account. And once you close that account no longer adds to your length of history, okay? It stops at that point, right? And at the end of the day, people who have, 800 credit scores, they have a very long experience when it comes to managing debt, all right? And if you are someone who wants to have an 800 credit score one day, you want to continue to keep your accounts open as long as possible so that you can, really influence your length of history. Never close your accounts if you don't have to. Keep that component going as long as possible because that's 15% of your credit score, all right? And, one trick that people use is something called piggybacking, which is, you taking advantage of someone else's payment history so that you can begin to influence that on your credit report, okay? So, key alert. Look into piggybacking if you have yet to do so. If you know somebody with great credit and, they're a family member, ask them, you can add yourself to their account as an authorized user. That way you can benefit from their length of history and their low credit utilization, all right? Hey, Ruby, regardless of how old you are, as long as you are taking action today, that's all that matters, okay? Let me see here. Okay. All right, so the third component is length of history. The fourth component is credit file mix, okay? This is basically the different kinds of accounts that you can have on your credit report, all right? The more variety that you have on your credit report, the more experience you show by managing different kind of accounts, all right? So there's three different kind of accounts that you can have: revolving, installment, and then something called open, all right? A revolving account, again, these are more like your credit cards. An installment account, this can be a car note, a mortgage, a student loan, something where you have a set amount of payments that you need to make. Excuse me. These are installment accounts. And then lastly, we have open accounts. These are accounts where you really don't have a limit, but as long as you pay your bill off in full every month, that account can help you. You really don't see too many of those accounts available, but some people do have charge accounts. Some places they do report utility reporting. So these will be considered your open accounts, okay? And basically a rule of thumb is to have at least 4 revolving accounts to 1 installment, okay? That's a good ratio. That shows that you can manage a different variety of accounts. However, if we were to look at this the other way around, you can have 4 installments and 1 credit card. That won't look like a good mix because you're not really managing different revolving accounts appropriately, okay? So when it comes to a good mix, at least 4 revolving accounts to 1 installment. If you have more than 1 installment, that's fine, but you want to at least have 4 revolving accounts reporting on your credit report. And we'll talk more about that as we move forward. We got some questions on Facebook. What's the number I can reach you at? You can give our office a call, JoJo, 419-824-0004. We're open Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, our number is 419-824-0004. Stacy asks, how long should the person you are piggybacking off of have that account? Well, there's 2 ways that you can take advantage of piggybacking, okay? And piggybacking is basically taking advantage of someone else's good payment history and low credit utilization, okay? So if you are someone who needs help with length of history, you want to make sure that, it's at least, 3, 4, 5 years before you even think about adding yourself to that, because the shorter that account is on your credit report is going to negatively impact your length of history. And I guess a better answer is, as long as the payment history is older than yours, it's a benefit, okay? But I would say at least 5 years. But the second way that you take advantage of that is if they maintain low credit utilization and you need help lowering your credit utilization, you can basically piggyback off of their low credit utilization as well, okay? But yeah, I would at least want 5 years, if anything. Patricia Wright, how much do you charge to help build credit? I have Lexington Law. So Patricia, we have 2 different options. We have our Done For You credit repair service, which is $64.99 month to month. We basically work on your credit and help you remove derogatory information. And then we also educate you on the building process. If you are someone who just needs help building your credit, you have 2 options. You can buy my book, or you can take advantage of our Credit Builder Secrets course that's going to be introduced Friday, okay? The book, you can get a signed copy for $20. The course will be available a one-time payment of $97 or 4 small payments of $29, okay? That is totally up to you, but you know, it's way more affordable than what you stated Lexington Law to be, okay? All right, so the 5th component of your credit score, that will be inquiries, okay? This is how often are you looking to obtain new credit. The more you are looking to obtain new credit, the more you fill out credit applications, the more credit applications that you fill out, the more, what's the word that I'm looking for? The more desperate that you seem, okay? Imagine, people with good credit don't need it, right? People who are desperate for credit, they need all the credit that they can use because they're living paycheck to paycheck. At least that's how credit bureaus see it, right? So people who have good credit scores are not necessarily actively always seeking credit because they're managing their finances properly. So if you want to improve your credit, one thing that you want to showcase to the credit bureaus is that you don't need their credit, right? So if you are trying to take advantage of the inquiry component of your credit score, you want to make sure that you never exceed 8 inquiries a year, okay? Once you exceed that, it begins to hurt your credit tremendously. Each inquiry can hurt your credit up to 5 points, right? So because that's 10% of your credit score, imagine 10% of your credit score up to 55 points. You just maximize your credit by adding 11 inquiries to your credit report in a year, okay? So you really want to be protective of your inquiries because people with low inquiries, people who have good credit don't need it. And what you need to showcase is that you don't need their credit and you want to minimize how often you are searching for new lines of credit, okay? Just a rule of thumb, all right? Let me see what we have here. Ruby Alexander, I'm trying to boost my credit score. How soon should I apply for a second credit card? So you're looking at the 4-card strategy. Another episode, but you want to at least look at it every 3 months, okay? Another episode, you kind of cheated today, but I'm still going to share that with you, okay? I recommend every 3 to 4 months, okay? You're very welcome, okay? So 5 components of a credit score: payment history, credit utilization, length of history, credit file mix, inquiries. If you can begin to influence each of these components positively, okay? Payment history, adding more payment history to your credit profile, that would definitely help that credit utilization. Maintaining low credit utilization under 30%. The lower you can get that credit utilization, the better for your credit score. Length of history, keep your accounts open as long as possible. Maybe looking to piggybacking off of someone else's payment history. Credit file mix, having a variety of accounts on your credit and inquiries. Maintaining a low amount of inquiries per year would definitely help that component of your credit score. And there's a lot of people that we run across who have tons of inquiries on the credit report, and they're missing out on the 55 points that they could be up, okay? That in itself is the easiest component that you can actually influence just by understanding the word no and not applying for new accounts, okay? So these are the 5 components of a credit score, and this is what you need to do to maximize your credit potential and massively boost your credit score, is through influencing those 5 components positively. If you can do that, you're going to see a massive increase to your credit score. However, when it comes to credit building, there are a lot of strategies that you can take. And if you are someone who is interested in being taught how to build your credit more thoroughly, This Friday, I will be introducing our Credit Builder Secrets course. And I'm going to basically teach you what you can do to boost your credit score up to 200 points, okay? If you use maybe 2 or 3 of the strategies that I want to share in that course, you're going to see a massive change in your credit score, and you're going to improve your credit worthiness tremendously, okay? So if you're someone who is interested in that, click the link associated to this video. If you're on IG, the link is actually in my bio. Click that link and enroll in our academy. The first course will be the first course is going to be how to remove negative items from your credit report. If you're not interested in that course, Friday, the new course, Credit Builder Secrets, is going to be available. You can enroll in that course, okay? Facebook, click the link associated to this video, and you can look at Transcend Financial Academy and enroll in how to remove negative items off your credit report today. Or Friday, you will have the opportunity to enroll in this course, Credit Builder Secrets, where I'm going to teach you how to improve your credit score up to 200 points, okay? Creneward, the 4-card strategy, where can I find that? I will send me a message, Miss Ward, on Instagram. Send me a DM, and I will forward you that information. However, after this week, that will no longer be available. So make sure you do that, okay? Because that information will be included in the course, okay? Let me see here. Got any more questions? Ruby, I cannot see your question all the way. Give me a quick second, and I can pull that up on Facebook. K. Renee, my bad. All right, let me see. All right, do we have any questions when it comes to credit building? So the goal is every day of this week, I'm going to share with you information on credit building. And again, this Friday, Credit Builder Secrets, I'm going to teach you how to improve your credit score up to 200 points. So again, credit repair is all about removing negative items from your credit report. Credit building is all about adding positive items to your credit report strategically to help you boost your credit score, okay? If you are someone who has negative items on your credit report that is hurting your potential and is hurting your ability to improve your credit, highly recommend that you take advantage of our course, How to Remove Negative Items from Your Credit Report, or enroll in our credit repair service, and we can help you do that on your behalf. But you can click the link in our bio to learn more about that course. If you don't have negative items on your credit report or very minimal negative items on your credit report, and you just need to learn how to build your credit, this Friday, this course will be available, and I will make sure to let you all know, okay? Let me see here. JoJo wants to learn how to improve their credit score to 200 points. I want to teach you, man. Just make sure you stay engaged with me so you can get that information. And then I'll definitely make sure that you get that. Okay, so Ruby Alexander, thank you. I'll be calling you guys as well. My hubby, we need to get started in the right direction, steered in the right direction. Thank you, Ruby. We appreciate that. I want to thank you all for your time. If you want to get on our first to know list, meaning that you want to get an email this Friday when Credit Builder Secrets is available, make sure you send me a message. Instagram, send us a DM with your email address, and I can put you on that list. Your first name, email address. Facebook, send us a message with your first name, email address, and we can put you on that first to know list. And this Friday, we'll send you an email to let you know when that course is available. But anyway, I want to thank you all for your time. Again, my name is Jason White, CEO and founder of Witness Riches. All of you have a wonderful day. Dough Chaser out.